Every bride knows weddings are filled with highs and lows.
Fire truck showed up without firefighters.
So what happens when 4 brides attend each other's weddings to decide which one is best?
I'm not eating that.
Will they win hearts
It was so beautiful.
or lose their minds?
Wow. Holy Lady Diana, it was 15 feet past her dress.
At stake is a breathtaking honeymoon to a surprise destination. Which of these 4 brides will see her groom step out of the prize winner's limo? Find out after 4 weddings. Meet Shelly. She's throwing a $30,000 party for guests who'd better watch where they park.
Well, I drive tow truck for a living, which is unusual. We need more women in the towing business. John has actually owned the towing business for 30 years, and just something about this guy just captured me, captured my soul.
Shelly is, she's one that brings the light into my life.
Here we are 10 years later, and most people still keep telling us to get a room. John has 2 kids, I have 3. So what we are doing is we're actually making rings up for them to unite our 2 families. Our theme for our wedding is black and white with martinis everywhere. I'm all about martinis, it's my thing. Me and my girls, we have to do a taste test, of course. So our afternoons have been fulfilling. Well, I'm not really girly girl, so don't ask me about my wedding dress. Might be A-line. It could be A-line. I think it is A-line.
I'll be wearing 2 wedding dresses. The first one will be a drop-to-waist ball gown. Later in the evening, I'll be changing into a all-lace and crystal mermaid dress.
Gina's giving her $48,000 celebration the royal treatment.
We wanted to feel like kings and queens on our wedding day. So we're getting married in a historic castle, and we're going with a very elegant, lavish, sophisticated feel. And there'll also be belly dancers from my belly dancing troupe. I took a course in belly dance about 7 years ago and just loved it. I will not be dancing at the wedding. I'm going to leave it for the professionals. I think it looks great, ladies. I'm so excited. I'm marrying Andre. He's so much fun. When we're together, we're like 2 kids sometimes.
The time when I'd like the guests to have is just fantastic, like they've been to an event that they're going to be talking about for years and years.
We don't want the guests to get bored. And so we've gone with a lot of entertainment for the wedding.
The wedding shouldn't be about the entertainment. It should be about the 2 people who are getting married.
All Brittany needs for her 12-grand wedding is love and a little boost.
I wanted to be the tallest in my wedding party, so I decided that I'm going to walk down the aisle in 7 inches. Oh my gosh, I love these. Being 5 foot, high heels are my best friend. I wear high heels all the time, so no chance of me falling. Oops. I'm marrying Steven because he's the yin to my yang. We call it our syncness. Like, we just, get each other. I'm extremely giggly.
Brittany and I worked at a sandwich shop together, and we've been in love ever since.
We made little bird feeder gifts to hand out, and it shows Steven and I's, outdoorsy side. It was really fun to do. Our cake's being made by his aunt. She actually took courses just to make the flowers. I chose to have a buffet over a plated meal because I don't want someone telling me how much I can or cannot eat. And I like going and making a big scoop of potatoes.
I really just like buffets for the number 1 reason of germs. Human germs.
Melissa's aiming to clean up the competition with her $25,000 celebration by the shore.
The theme for my wedding is a destination without a destination. The feel of being in the Caribbean, being away somewhere, but really it's just down the street. I chose the destination theme because I am obsessed with the ocean and with shells. I have seashells that were left over from my grandmother. I wanted to keep her legacy alive. Our guests aren't showing up in sarongs and bathing suits. We still understand that it's a wedding, but it's got a tropical feel. Derek's introduced me to the sport of fishing, which I've fallen in love with, along with Derek, the man of my dreams.
We're true soulmates.
Oh, we didn't catch anything today.
I caught you, though.
No, I caught you. We've put a lot of time and energy into our wedding, and winning the honeymoon would mean the world to us.
The 4 brides meet for the first time to size up the competition.
Ladies, I'd like to raise our glasses to 4 beautiful brides and 4 beautiful weddings.
Cheers.
The brides will give each wedding a score out of 10 in 4 categories: venue, dress, food, and overall experience. At the end, the bride with the highest score will win a stunning honeymoon to a surprise destination. First to wed is Brittany. She's hoping guests will fall in love with her sweet and personal nuptials.
I think Brittany's day will be refreshing because it's young love. We walk into the church, it's quaint. It's very small. I like the bows, I like the glitter. We see that. Brittany's decor was very simple.
Having live music was a nice touch. It's very elegant.
I do, I love that. It's starting.
Can't wait to see. The groomsmen came out and stood in the middle of the aisle waiting to receive each bridesmaid. I thought that was nice.
Oh, that's pretty. I love the green.
The moment of truth.
She's just smiling.
Brittany comes down the aisle looking like it was the best day of her life.
I loved Brittany's dress. Look at how sparkly her dress is. I'm literally blinded by the bling.
I love the top part of her dress, the bodice. It was very flattering. Brittany was wearing some very crazy, funky 7-inch silver shoes.
Thank God she made it up those stairs without tripping. Right on, Brittany.
Brittany, I promise to make you bagels in the morning for breakfast. You're my true love, and I love you.
Brittany and Steven's vows were very personable.
I promise to cheer you on while playing video games, baseball, and cherish you as long as we both shall live.
That reflected both of their personalities. This is gonna be the passing of the flame.
Stephen and Brittany are going to pass among you.
The two of them lit the candles of every person on the aisle, and then the whole group of guests were able to light their candles until everybody's candle was lit in the whole church.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I didn't feel like a guest anymore. I felt like I was part of the family.
It's the glow of the love that we've come to celebrate. May the light of this love shine.
It was so beautiful. It still gives me goosebumps.
Coming up, a food fight and food fright.
That roast beef, pickle, stuffing, bacon thing.
I'm not eating that. I couldn't do it.
These 4 brides have only just met. Now they're attending each other's weddings to decide which one is best. They'll award each happy day a score out of 10 in 4 categories: food, dress, venue, and overall experience. When it's all said and done, only one will win a superlative honeymoon to a secret destination. Brittany has just said "I do" in a ceremony that brought everyone together. Now guests make their way to the reception.
I think Brittany's reception is going to be very quaint and very intimate with her family and her friends.
I know that it's going to be a lot of do-it-yourself, and I'm always nervous about seeing the arts and crafts kind of look.
I think I'm up for a night of fun.
When we walked into the cocktail hour, we decided to get a drink. That's the first place Shelley needs to go, is to the bar.
Is that what Shelley needs?
Yes.
Love potion.
To Brittany.
Steven, yay!
Love potion.
Sweet. Where's the food? I see snacks right here.
There was one table that had vegetables and cheese trays on them. They were good. Then there was some popcorn.
I like popcorn.
The only hot hors d'oeuvre that came out was this pineapple meatball.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Can we go get a drink now, please?
Did not taste good at all. I couldn't do it.
I won't resort to that meatball again. I'm good, thank you.
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, it's nice
I like the centerpieces.
Their backdrop was green with some white, and the place cards had green on them. And they also had green centerpieces. I'm a sucker for lilies, so they looked really nice.
What is this?
That's the bird feeder that Brittany. It was a bird feeder.
Okay, she made these.
Bird feeders matched her theme of the touch of green and the outdoors. I was actually impressed by them.
Beautiful.
As the newlyweds arrive, the buffet opens.
There, we can go. Let's go.
I had a germaphobe sitting beside me, Melissa. She was awesome.
My quirk. Normally I take from the back of a buffet where things haven't been touched or manhandled or Germanized. Who does a double-sided buffet? My strategies arrived. Kind of had to be rude and dig from like underneath to get the good stuff.
Melissa, how's the germs on that?
It's good. I'm getting from the middle. I'm good. That's really good. The carrots were delicious. Broccoli was good, and I had the salsa chicken. It was juicy. My favorite, though, was the scalloped potatoes. Scalloped potatoes are delicious.
They were actually very good. So was the pasta salad.
Pasta salad was really, really good. That roast beef, pickle, stuffing, bacon thing was absolutely rude looking. Not my deal.
I'm not eating that. Carrots. That beef was terrible. Which is why I went back for second the pasta salad, because I was starving.
The dessert buffet was quite tasty. Oh, brownies. The cake's delicious.
The marshmallow with chocolate on it is good.
It's to die for. I mean, come on. Every woman loves chocolate. It's better than sex sometimes.
Brittany's and her husband's first dance. You couldn't help but smile just watching the two of them.
Young love.
Young love, absolutely.
Brittany's aunt made the beautiful flowers that were on her cake absolutely gorgeous.
The party starts and everyone makes their way to the dance floor to dance with Brittany.
We're throwing our hands in the air. We're having fun with the other guests.
The dance party was rocking.
Brittany is very young. Her friends are very young. So for me, kind of felt like a cougar.
Overall, I'm really happy. We put like some personal touches into it. It was really nice.
She sparkled, smile. It's just phenomenal.
Love you.
Will Brittany dance her way to a dream honeymoon? The guest brides have awarded her points out of 10 for her venue, dress, food, and overall experience. The total will be revealed later, but for now, here's a sampling of her scores.
I score Brittany's dress an 8.5 because she glowed and sparkled from head to toe, and it suited her to a T.
I would give Brittany a 4 for her food because I didn't really enjoy her meal, and I was only enjoying the pasta and the scalloped potatoes.
I'm going to give Brittany a 6 for her venue. Loved her ceremony. However, the reception hall could have maybe had a little bit more to it.
Brittany and Stephen had such sentimental, personal things in her wedding, and that's something that I have, and now it's just around the corner.
Coming up, Melissa's ship comes in, and Shelley's rocking the boat.
What kind of woman are you that doesn't like caramel?
I like chocolate.
These four brides have gone from being total strangers before the competition to being guests at each other's weddings and deciding which one is best. Each bride is judged in 4 categories: venue, dress, food, and overall experience. When it's all over, only one bride will win a dream honeymoon to a fantasy destination. Next to tie the knot is Melissa. She's conjuring up the Caribbean for her guests with a destination feel that's close to home.
I'm so excited for the wedding.
I am too. I'm looking forward to it.
Melissa's gonna look beautiful.
We entered the church, and the first thing I noticed is the very large shells on the altar arrangements and the smaller ones in the aisles.
They're everywhere. It's beautiful in here. She had some bows and some green leafy type things. I'm not really good with plants. But she had put shells throughout each one of them, and it really was lovely.
She even had seashells on her program. She did a great job.
All of their bouquets were beautiful. They all had seashells in them. I was really impressed with that. I see a veil.
Just to pick up and down.
Melissa looks like the happiest bride I've ever seen in my entire life.
She's beautiful.
The look on Derek's face was amazing. Just seeing the groom and the bride lock eyes for the first time. It was awesome.
Look at her dress. It's gorgeous.
Look how it sparkles. The dress is a strapless, dropped-waist ball gown. It's covered in crystals, and she's got a full tulle skirt.
It fit her perfectly.
Melissa brought tears to my eyes just how happy she was in her moment.
Each shell contains a different colored sand. When these two are blended together, they create unity, forming one heart, one life.
The love flowing between the two of them, Their eyes, the way they looked at each other, it was everything.
You could tell this was like the best day of her life.
I now declare you to be husband and wife.
I'm curious to see how she's incorporated her theme into the banquet hall itself.
I'm expecting to feel like I'm down in a southern island, relaxing with some margaritas.
I'm really looking forward to the food right now because I'm starving to death, truth be told.
This is beautiful.
We walked into Melissa's venue and the lake was there, the tree line was there. The day was perfect. Her and Mother Nature, the talk they had, something worked. This is really nice.
She definitely pulled off the tropical feel and the seashell aspect of her wedding.
They had some dangling white lanterns and some dangling starfish with shells hanging from the tree. And then there was the steel drum band. I love Caribbean music.
Oh, cool. Flip-flops. I'll go with the silver because it matches my dress. Nice? Yeah. Hey, now I'm feeling destination.
I prefer to stay in my high heels for the wedding.
Hello there.
There were some stuffed mushroom caps. There was some coconut shrimp.
It's very tasty.
Oh my God, these are so good.
Are they? From there, I heard a boat horn. Oh, look, she's coming in on a boat.
Nice touch.
I love it.
Hi. She looks great. Like, really? Who gets to do that? Oh, amazing.
She's crazy.
We just sort of followed the crowd and went into the venue.
We decided to go get our picture taken because it would be fun.
They had a table with some props that we could put on a very tropical feel.
These need to come down.
Yes, thanks. Thank you. That was fun.
We walk into the room and there's a lot of pinks, greens, beiges, really fitting to her theme.
This is very pretty.
Oh, there's those shells.
She had her seashells that her family collected over generations of time. That was absolutely beautiful.
It's pretty. Every table was set up by islands.
We were looking for Jamaica.
Is this Jamaica? All right.
Never been here before.
This is like really cool.
When Derek and Melissa walk in, they walk directly into the first dance. And then into the cake cutting. It looks like a sandcastle, which is really cute.
And with that, dinner is served.
The first thing was served was called a classic Caesar. Not the kind of classic Caesar that I would expect.
The lettuce is cut really big, eh?
Yeah, I will have to cut this down to small portions. So you really had a lot of work trying to cut through everything. We all had 3 different entrees.
I ordered the stuffed sole. Mine just tastes like it was frozen.
I chose a tenderloin beef. It looked nice. The meat tastes really good.
After the entrees, it's dessert time.
It's delicious. It was perfect. It tasted like heaven.
I would have just preferred no caramel.
What kind of woman are you that doesn't like caramel?
I like chocolate, please.
I could like this glass.
For most of the wedding, it had the feel that it was less formal and it was sort of relaxed. I had a great time.
A day at the beach ends with a midnight buffet.
I see poutines.
Really good.
And, of course, a souvenir.
I like your shell, Shirley.
My expectations were exceeded in every avenue.
This was the greatest day of my life. You did an excellent job. Thank you.
Will Melissa's wedding win her the chance to collect shells on a beachy honeymoon? The guest brides have given her scores for food, dress, venue, and overall experience. Her total is a secret for now, but here's a sneak peek at what she's received.
The venue I give overall 7. I think Melissa did a pretty good job pulling off her theme of destination without being at the destination.
I give Melissa's dress a 9. It had crystals that flowed from the top right down to the bottom. It was beautiful. It fit her perfectly.
I would give Melissa's food a 5. I just didn't enjoy the dinner. The only food that I really enjoyed ended up being at the late night table. My wedding's going to be wonderful because the food is fabulous, the entertainment's great, and the decor suits my theme.
Coming up,
Well, you had to see these centerpieces.
Shelley takes a shine to the sparkle.
Look at their podium. I'm like a cat. I want to go up and check it right out.
These four brides signed up for a competition having never met. Now they're attending and judging each other's big days to decide which one is best.
This is like the world's smallest salad.
They'll score each wedding in 4 categories: venue, food, dress, and overall experience. When it's all done, only one will walk away with an incredible luxury honeymoon. Gina is the next bride to say I do, and she's chosen a regal venue for her vows.
I'm expecting Gina's wedding to be a princess fairy tale day, and I expect everything to be extravagant and perfect.
Wow, look at the ceiling.
When I first walked in, I was pretty amazed by the venue. There was the flower balls that were burgundy. There was a backdrop that had some jewel beading. There was a nice pattern of red rose petals down the aisle.
Very castle-ish.
Yes. I really liked the string quartet. They were beautiful.
I love string bands.
Amazing dress for her.
Very nice. They enter like royalty. Lovely dress.
Gina comes down the aisle and she looks very pretty.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Gina's dress was a strapless ball gown, and it had some beading at the top and some ruffling. It was really nice for the castle setting.
Holy long veil. Wow. Holy Lady Diana, it was 15 feet past her dress.
It's really beautiful.
I, Andre. Take thee, Gina.
Take thee, Gina.
What's there, Ruby?
To have and to hold,
To love and to cherish.
to love and to cherish.
Gina's ceremony was nice. You could see that they were in love, and I think that's what a wedding's about, love.
Andre, you may kiss your bride.
My expectations are large and elaborate, given her venue.
I haven't been to a castle-type-like wedding before, so I'm really curious about the food. I want to see the food.
Refreshments are being served outside on the terrace.
Wow.
It's beautiful out here.
It is lovely out here.
We were walking onto the terrace of the castle, which overlooks the gardens. That was really nice.
Okay, did we miss the bar or something? I'm thirsty. Excuse me, garçon.
I believe they called it the Oasis.
It's good. Well, that is a lovely signature drink. There were several different types of hors d'oeuvres. That's quite yummy.
There was a duck poutine.
I'm sorry, did you say duck? Duck. I'm just not a fan of quack quack. Let's go.
I was pretty impressed with myself for trying it.
Quack.
Oh, wow. Look at the roses and the centerpieces. Gina's color theme is deep maroon, white, and gold.
It was elegant with a lot of bling and sparkle.
I love the head table chairs. Holy crackers. It suits her castle theme, and it's really nice. And I just wish that there was more personal touches throughout it.
Wow, look at their podium. I'm like a cat. I want to go up and check it right out. Oh my God. I want one for my house. I do. It's awesome.
I need everybody to start putting your hands together right now and start clapping.
I was expecting the crowns to come out. True story.
Thank you. I want to start with this thing.
The buffet was fine for me today. I just have to psych myself up, that's all.
The shrimpies. Oh, the shrimp look delicious. And have some of those. They're my favorite.
They had chicken skewers, a lamb chop, roast beef. This is carnivore heaven. My plate was pretty full by the time I got back to the table.
Cheers. The shrimp is absolutely delicious. Awesome shrimp. Really good shrimp.
I'd never had lamb before, so I jumped in and tasted it. There goes nothing.
This is time to have some fun. Please stand up. Let's go, everybody.
Just before dessert was served, Shelley won the centerpiece.
Well, you had to see these centerpieces. Yeah! They had to be 3 feet tall. How awesome is that? And then he sprung it on us.
It's just the flowers on top. It's yours.
I had a place for that picked out in my house and everything. But it was nice.
Holy smokers! Dessert was served almost like a buffet style, but on a plate, and one plate had some sweets, and another plate had some fruit.
Creme brulee.
How is it?
It's okay.
Good stuff. Dessert was awesome.
What comes out from the side door is 2 belly dancers coming to entertain us.
The dancing was really good.
We took a little walk to the photo booth.
Here we go. There was some kind of a gymnastic aerial artist. I feel like I'm at a circus.
Gina and Andre share their first dance and cut the cake. Then Gina makes a second entrance.
Gina changed dresses, and it looked really nice on her.
And truth be told, I love the second dress better.
I really liked how she was a princess on her day, just like she wanted to be. Just another day in the castle. That sounds so pathetic. Another day in the castle, whatever. No big deal.
I'm so excited right now to be married. It's just such a wonderful feeling right now to know that this is my husband.
When I first saw Gina coming down that aisle, my heart was beating through my chest. I feel like the luckiest man in the world.
Will Gina's Castle Gala reign over the competition? The guest brides have given her marks out of 10 for her dress, food, venue, and overall experience. We'll find out her total later, but for now, here's a preview of her scores.
I'm going to give Gina's venue a 7. It had the bling. The scenery was absolutely beautiful. It was a little bit over the top.
My food score is a 6 because my expectations were extremely high. Her food was tasty. There was a lot of variety, but it was just okay.
I give Gina's dress an 8. Her first dress was really nice for the castle setting. And I really loved her second dress, and I wish she'd worn it all day.
My wedding is not in a castle, but my wedding is still going to have love. It's going to have romance, everything a wedding and a marriage should have.
Coming up, always be prepared.
So he's pulling out all these parts and crowbars.
In case of emergency. These 4 brides went from being strangers before the competition to attending each other's weddings and deciding which one is tops. Each bride gets judged in 4 categories: venue, dress, food, and overall experience. When it's all over, only one bride will win an amazing honeymoon to a mystery destination. Last to walk down the aisle is Shelley. Her guests will celebrate with martinis. But first, vows on the lawn.
Walking into the ceremony, the first thing I noticed is the beautiful little treehouse. It's so cute.
It's so pretty. The space is decorated with a pattern of black and white chairs. It has beautiful white silk flowers with white tulle and a little bit of bling. Just love how those things sparkle. Love it.
The ceremony started with the groomsmen and the groom walking down the aisle to the front.
I like their bow ties.
Oh, John's so happy.
I love that.
Black and white. Cutie patootie. I like their bouquet. Shelley's dress was strapless silk with some beading on the corset and then some beading on the bottom.
I loved how the sun danced on all the sparkles and the sequins and the diamonds on her neck.
Shelley's dress looks really pretty on her.
The vows that they both wrote for each other were beautiful.
I don't know what to say, but thank you, God. And thank you for wanting to be my husband and my partner through the rest of my life. And I love you.
And just seeing how happy they were, it was really awesome feeling.
Jesse, Jenny, Jason, Justin, and Tom.
After the vows, Shelley and John did a ring ceremony.
Not only the bride and groom got a ring, but the whole family got a ring.
You may now kiss your bride.
I am expecting Shelley's reception to be full of life, lots of partying.
I'm looking forward to seeing the black and white and the martinis. I haven't seen much of the martinis yet, and I want to see how she incorporates it. The cocktail hour is in the lobby of the venue. It's crowded in here.
Shelley had 230 guests, and it was pretty packed.
There's not like a whole lot of space.
There was a waitstaff coming around with mushroom caps and a pork kebab.
I really like it.
We made our way into this long lineup for the buffet of cocktail food.
Anyone want some cheese? It was cheese and veggies and dip. It was good.
Holy wow.
The first thing I noticed when I walk into the hall is the beautiful head table.
Oh, I like the crystals in the backdrop. I like the lights up top.
I like that. Shelley definitely accomplished the black and white thing.
And the final touch is Shelley's signature drink.
Oh, let's go for the martinis. Shelley's martini theme is in the centerpiece, the little favors that you get to take home, and the martini glasses that you get your martinis in.
Gotta give us a real good shake. There you go. Shake it. Is that better? All right.
That's good.
How's your martini? Martinalicious.
So we're sitting there waiting for John and Shelley, and the fire alarm goes off.
Who pulled it?
I'm leaving. I'm sorry, I get nervous about stuff like this.
Kind of brought me back to school and my fire drill training. What if it's something serious?
It isn't any. Did you smell anything in there? Eventually, after quite a while, the fire truck showed up with all the firefighters. Yay! It went off! Woohoo! And there was no danger, see? I just wanted to be safe, girls.
Now the coast is clear for the bride and groom.
The wait for food is really long.
My stomach is growling so loud.
Can you bring some more buns and water? Yes, of course. Okay, thank you. Can we please get dinner?
After waiting a long time, dinner is finally served. The first thing to come out is a wannabe lettuceless Greek salad.
This is like the world's smallest salad. This is just a tease. It tastes good. How do you mess up cucumber? The main course is beef, chicken, and vegetables.
Thank you.
I love the chicken. The chicken was quite flavorful.
My piece is very moist inside.
The potatoes are too greasy for me. So salty.
I actually like the potatoes. They were nice and soft. The beef's really good.
It was juicy and nice.
Oh no. My beef was not well done. I prefer my beef to be almost burnt.
Oh, I don't want to waste the food. I wish I could bring it home to my dog. Mad rush.
The dessert table was really chaotic because everyone went up at once. We were just kind of rushed in and got our stuff and got out.
That could have gone really wrong. I couldn't kiss the chocolate cake. Thank you, chocolate cake.
It was delicious. Oh, I also tried that funny thing, but I don't know what it was. It's really good.
It's all good. After the dessert, John and Shelley's first dance was really touching and heartfelt. They're so cute.
You could see they were in love, like genuinely, like in love, in love. I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry. John went underneath Shelley's dress to do the garter toss.
Shelley's a truck driver, so he's pulling out all these parts and crowbars. So it was a big joke.
It just turned into a wild, crazy party.
Shelley came over and danced with us. It was nice to see her so happy.
Overall, I thought it was fun, out of control at times, and you could see the love on Shelley and John's face the whole time.
I feel pretty amazing. I'm finally a wife. This is pretty cool.
I'm the luckiest man in the world to be married to this girl.
Will tow truck driver Shelley haul away the honeymoon? The guest brides have noted her scores out of 10 for venue, food, dress, and overall experience. Her total will be revealed soon, but for now, here's a peek at her numbers.
I gave Shelley's venue a 7. I thought she really came through with the black and white in her ceremony and in her hall space. But in the cocktail hour, I thought decorations were lacking.
I would give Shelley's food a 5. There wasn't much food during the cocktail hour, and the meal itself I wasn't that crazy about either.
I score Shelley's dress an 8. It really suited her figure. It had bling, it had elegance, and she glowed. She really did.
At this point, I think my chances are pretty good. I know I got some stiff competition, but I'm in it for the win.
Coming up,
I'm definitely nervous right now.
4 brides desperate to keep calm.
I'm either going to lose my mind and do a backflip or I'm going to freak out.
Each of these 4 brides thinks her wedding was perfect, but only one of them will walk away with a luxury honeymoon.
I think just the sentimental value that I put into my wedding and just going back to the basics, that's just going to put me above.
My entertainment was just wonderful. The guests were having a great time at any point in the evening, and they never knew what was going to happen next, and I think that gave me a great edge.
I had the time of my life. It was a very personal, seashell, ocean-themed wedding, but with more of a romantic setting.
I think that we have a pretty good chance of winning. It was a great wedding. We had lots of things there. We had a kick-ass party of the year, period.
For each big day, they awarded points out of 10 in 4 categories: food, venue, dress, and overall experience. The points are added up for a score out of 120. The brides meet one last time to find out who is the winner.
I'm going to be happy for whoever wins because we all deserve it. To 4 beautiful weddings, 4 new friends, and congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
There's not one moment that I would change about the experience. I met some beautiful friends along the way.
Brittany, I really loved your candle ceremony. That was just so beautiful. I just loved that.
Shelley's wedding was so much fun and a good time, so I think she's the biggest competition.
Gina, I just adored your setting at the castle. I felt like I was in Europe. It was perfect.
Beautiful.
I think Melissa's attention to her detail makes her my biggest competition.
Melissa, I loved your steel drum band and the sandals that you had at your cocktail hour. They helped my feet.
Brittany had a lot of personal touches, and she put a lot of thought and creativity into her wedding.
Shelley, it was so wonderful how you brought your children and just incorporated them as part of your ceremony and your day. That was so touching.
Gina's wedding was very beautiful. The terrace was beautiful, and her guests were very welcoming.
So, ladies, good luck and cheers.
Okay, excited.
I'm definitely nervous right now.
I'm pretty nervous. I didn't think I was going to get this nervous and jittery before.
I'm too old to be nervous at this point in my life.
I think all 4 grooms should walk through the door.
I think I'm probably going to scream and start jumping up and down.
I'm either going to lose my mind and do a backflip, or I'm going to freak out.
I'll probably cry.
It's exciting. I just don't know if I'm going to win or not, and I want to win.
This would mean so much.
I work too damn hard in my life. I need a vacation.
So the honeymoon goes to Melissa. The judges loved her stunning dress and vacation experience. She wins with 83 points. Gina comes in second. Her majestic castle setting and food fit for royalty earns her 76 points. Shelley's in third. Her warm family feeling and martini-licious party bring in 75 points. And in fourth is Brittany. The judges adored her personal touches and moving candle ceremony. 68.5 is her score.
Congratulations! Prepare for a unique experience like no other. You'll enjoy a perfect white sandy beach and the crystal clear water of the Indian Ocean in the Maldives.
I'm obviously disappointed that I didn't win, but I'm not surprised that Melissa won.
Thank you. It's kind of bittersweet seeing Derek win and not Steve, but I know that she deserved it just as much as the rest of us. Thank you.
She deserved to win. Everything about her wedding was gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Melissa pulled off her theme, so I totally think she nailed it.
I got to experience some things that I would have never seen in any other situation, and I'm really glad that I did this.
Oh my God.
I had a great wedding. I have the best guy out there, so trip or no trip, I'm a happy-go-lucky girl.